Grief is something everyone goes through sooner or later. It happens when we lose something important, like a person we love, a relationship, a job, or even a familiar way of life. People often talk about grief in stages, like denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, or sometimes in 7 stages that go into more detail. These lists are just ways to help us understand the many emotions people might feel. But in real life, grief isn't orderly. It doesn't happen step by step, and it doesn't follow a timeline. You might feel angry one day, sad the next, okay for a moment, and then upset again later. Some people cry, others get quiet, others feel numb. All of these reactions are normal. Even though each person's grief is unique, many people experience some of the same kinds of feelings at some point. The stages are just a way to describe those common experiences, not rules about how you're supposed to feel.
When we go through a big loss, whether it's losing someone we love, it's the end of a relationship, or any major life change, it's completely normal for our emotions to feel all over the place. People often talk about stages of grief, not because we're supposed to follow them like a checklist, but because they help us understand the kinds of feelings people commonly go through. The idea of the 7 stages is just a way to describe what many of us experience. 1. Shock and denial. At first, the loss doesn't feel real. You might feel numb, confused, or like you're watching it happen from the outside. This is your mind's way of protecting you until you're ready to feel more too. Pain and guilt. As the shock fades, the hurt settles in. You might start thinking about what you could have done differently or feel guilty about things that were or weren't said. These feelings are heavy, but they're also very human. 3. Anger and bargaining. Sometimes the hurt turns into anger at the situation, at yourself, at others, or even at God. You might catch yourself thinking, if only I had done this. Or maybe if this had happened instead. It's the mind trying to make sense of something painful. For depression, this is when the sadness really settles. You might withdraw, feel tired, or lose interest in things you once cared about. It can feel very lonely, but it's actually a natural. Part of healing your heart is processing the depth of the loss. 5. Testing. Eventually, you start trying small things to cope. Maybe you talk to someone, try a new routine, or look for ways to get through the day. It's like slowly learning how to live in a world that has changed. 6. Acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean the loss stops hurting or that you're over it. It just means you begin to understand the new reality. Start finding ways to live your life while carrying the memory or meaning of what you lost. 7. Hope over time. Sometimes a long time you start to see moments of light again. You begin to rebuild, find joy in small things, and look toward the future with a bit more peace. The loss is still part of your story, but it no longer controls your every breath. And one more important thing, these stages don't happen in order. You might feel angry one day, okay the next, then sad again. That's normal. Grief isn't neat or predictable. There's no right way to grieve. Everyone moves through it differently. But understanding these stages can remind us that what we're feeling is part of being human and that we're not alone in it.